Yes, so once again, very good morning, students. So today we are going to read this wonderful poem written by Shirley Toulson, and the name of the poem is A Photograph. So, if we talk about photographs, whenever we see any photograph, we have thousands of recollections of memories. Thousands, just it's an expression to express that how one memory is linked to another, and we start having those recollections of the memory, how this photograph is basically associated with the memories of our past. And when we see those photographs, we become nostalgic. Being nostalgic means we have a mixture of feelings. Somewhere we feel sad, somewhere we feel happy, and we cry also at the same time. So that way, this poem, which is written by the poet Shirley Toulson, here she is actually recalling her past days. She looks at the photograph, and the photograph belongs to her mother. And she would recall that how her mother would laugh while looking at the photograph. And the realization that comes over her is that how nothing remained but just memories. So, through this poem, the theme which is highlighted is the impermanence of life, how the decay and death are an integral part of our life. Man loses youth and strength. Man takes birth, man grows. Gradually, he starts losing the youth and the strength, and then the life comes to an end. But what is left behind is the sweet and the sour memories. So here we see that how the poet, when she looks at the photograph, she actually starts having the memories of her past and she becomes nostalgic. Here, the poet, it's a female poet whose name is Shirley Toulson, and she's talking about the relationship with her mother, how she remembers how the days were when she was young, how the days were when her mother was a young girl. So let's read the poem and understand what has been conveyed through this beautiful poem. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. So, this first stanza, it talks about the time of poet's mother when her mother was a young girl. And the poet says that the cardboard shows me how it was. Here, the cardboard, it refers to the photo, the picture of her mother. And who all are in the picture? The poet's mother is with her two cousins. So, two girl cousins. So, the cardboard shows me how it was. It refers to the days of the past, that how those days were, the days of the poet and the days of her mother. So, she's looking at the picture frame where there is a picture of a mother along with her cousins, and the poet's mind is filled with the past memories, and she remembers that how the mother as a young girl she was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands. So they had gone for a beach holiday. They were at the beach, and the girls, the two cousins, they were holding her mother's hands. They were on both sides, so each one holding my mother's hands. So, my mother here is the poet's mother, and she, the big girl. So, the poet, she tells the reader that her mother was the eldest of the three. ये जो थ्री कजिन्स थे उनमें से जो पोएट की मदर थी वो सबसे बड़ी थी उम्र में, some 12 years or so. That means she was at that time of 12 years. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. So, as they were on a beach holiday, they were at the beach there. they were also in a very light mood, happy mood. And at that time, they were standing still there. Why they stood still? Because they were posing for a photograph which was being clicked by their uncle. The uncle was holding a camera and they were all posing for the photograph. They all were smiling, and the wind, a pleasant wind was blowing, breeze, cool breeze was blowing there, which was ruffling their hair on their faces. बहुत ही सुहावनी हवा चल रही थी, और वो जो हवा थी उनके चेहरे पर, उनके बालों को ले आ रही थी. एंड दैट्स व्हाई द एक्सप्रेशन स्माइल थ्रू देयर हेयर, क्योंकि वो अपने बालों को हटा नहीं रही थी. दे वर पोजिंग एंड दे वर स्टैंडिंग स्टिल. तो हवा चल रही थी, उनके चेहरों पर बाल आए हुए थे, एंड दे वर पोजिंग विद अ स्माइल एट द कैमरा वेयर देयर अंकल वाज क्लिकिंग अ फोटोग्राफ. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. Obviously, जो पोएट है वो उस समय की बात कर रहे हैं जब उनकी माँ एक छोटी सी लड़की थी. She was very young at that time, and she also tells the readers that how pretty face she had. वो दिखने में बहुत प्लेजेंट थी, उनका चेहरा जो था बहुत खूबसूरत था. She has a pleasant face to look at. And जो बाल थे उनके चेहरों पर आ रहे थे. They were posing for a camera and they all stood still there. They were smiling, and the mother, she looked very pretty, very beautiful there. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Now these two lines are very important. The poet is talking about the sea which was at the background. They were on a beach holiday, they were posing for a photograph, और जिस तरफ वो पोज कर रहे थे उनके बैकग्राउंड में sea था. So when the poet is looking at the photograph, she could see the sea at the background. एंड वो कहती हैं कि अगर मैं उस सी पर, उस जगह पर दोबारा जाऊं, तो वो क्या पाएंगी कि वो जो समंदर है उसमें कुछ खास बदलाव नहीं आया होगा. फोटोग्राफ में भी वो देख रही हैं, एंड शी इज रिमेम्बरिंग दोज डेज, एंड शी सेज दैट द सी विच इज एट द बैकग्राउंड, इट अपीयर्स टू हैव चेंज्ड लेस. जो नेचर होता है वो एक तरह से परमानेंस का सिंबल है, उसमें बदलाव बहुत कम आता है. बट वो क्या कहती हैं, जो सी है वहां पर, इट हैज वॉश्ड द टेरिबली ट्रांजिएंट फीट. दिस लाइन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ आई टॉक अबाउट जस्ट द लिटरल मीनिंग हियर, जो फुटप्रिंट्स थे जो सैंड पर बने थे, द सी वेव्स has we can say it has just washed away those imprints of the footprints that were made on the sand. उन कदमों को उन समंदर की लहरों ने तो मिटा दिया है. साथ ही साथ सिंबॉलिकली द पोएट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द अनचेंज्ड नेचर. जो नेचर है उसमें बहुत बड़ा बदलाव नहीं आता है, लेकिन जो मैन की लाइफ है, जो ह्यूमंस की लाइफ है, वो खत्म हो जाती है. सो हियर शी इज हाईलाइटिंग द थीम दैट हाउ ये जो फीट है, उनका जो इंप्रेशन था सैंड पर, इट वाज टेम्पररी, it was just momentary, ephemeral. So she is actually symbolically referring to the temporary life of humans, the momentary life of humans. And see the expression here, terribly transient feat. Transient refers to temporary, momentary. And terribly, this adverb is actually expressing the impact of the word transient, the adjective used here. How she is talking about the transient, the terrible transient life of human beings. So she brings out this idea that how the nature remains same. It is permanent, but the life of human being, जो है, it is impermanent, and it is momentary, it is ephemeral. So the sea waves, those sea waves have washed off their footprints which were made on the sand. And symbolically, these two lines are referring to that the people, those who are in that photograph, their life has come to an end, but there is no change in the sea, which is at the background there in the photograph. तो उस फोटोग्राफ में जो समंदर दिखाई दे रहा है उसमें कोई बदलाव नहीं है. It appears to have changed very less, but the life of the people who are in the photograph, it has come to an end. I'll be talking about the poetic devices once I finish explaining the poem to you. Very important devices are used here. Then in the second stanza, the poet says, some 20, 30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. Snapshot refers to the photograph. See Betty and Dolly, she'd say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both wry with labored ease of loss. So after the photograph was clicked and after the some 20, 30 years later, the mother has now grown up now. And the poet says that when her mother, she here is the mother, when she would look at the snapshot, when she would look at the photograph when they were young and they were at the beach and the photograph was clicked at that time, she would remember those days and she would laugh wholeheartedly. The laugh here indicates the youthful spirit of the mother, the lively spirit of the mother. She would say, see Betty and Dolly, and look how they dressed us for the beach. Now, they is not made clear who are they. We can just assume that they here refers to their parents. Now, she's remembering that how they were dressed for the beach holiday at that day. उस दिन उन्होंने जो कपड़े पहने हुए थे, जिस तरह से वो ड्रेसअप हुए थे, फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर फोटोग्राफ टू बी क्लिक्ड, शी इज रिमेम्बरिंग दैट टाइम एंड शी इज लाफिंग कि देखो कैसे हमें हमारे बड़ों ने तैयार किया था, बेटी और डॉली को देखो. सो बेटी एंड डॉली आर द टू cousins, those who are in the photograph along with the poet's mother. So their names are Betty and Dolly. So the mother would laugh and she would say, look how Betty and Dolly are there in the photograph, how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Now the poet has become sad here because the poet's mother is no longer alive. And she says that the days, the past days when the mother was at the beach holiday, so that sea holiday was the, we can say, the moment of past for her. It has become a past for her. और जो मेरे लिए पास्ट का हिस्सा है वो क्या है? हर लाफ्टर, क्योंकि उनकी मदर की अब डेथ हो चुकी है. सो नाउ शी कुड नो लॉन्गर सी हर मदर लाफिंग, एंड दैट्स व्हाई बोथ राई मीन्स feel disappointed with the labored ease of loss. Labored ease of loss. So what is the loss here? The childhood days for the mother. The mother knows very well the fact that the childhood days are not going to come back again. And that's why she would she has accepted this reality of the life, the bitter truth of life. जो हमारे पास्ट के दिन है वो कभी वापस नहीं आएंगे, बचपन के दिन कभी वापस नहीं आएंगे. And that's why the laugh here indicates the acceptance, the realization and acceptance on part of the poet's mother, that she had accepted the fact, the reality that the childhood days are not going to come back again. And that's why she would laugh while looking at the photograph. But the poet feels little disappointed because her mother, because her loss is, we can say, is bigger than her mother's loss, because she has lost her mother here. And they both are disappointed. The mother was also disappointed, but she would hide her disappointment with her laughter. And the poet says that we both feel disappointed and we both had made an effort to overcome the loss. Labored ease of loss. Now, see the word labored and the ease. Usage of the two words which are quite contradictory to each other. इस पोएटिक डिवाइस को हम ऑक्सीमोरॉन कहते हैं, जहां पर पैराडॉक्सिकल स्टेटमेंट यूज होता है. दो डिफरेंट थॉट्स को दो शब्दों में एक साथ लाया जाता है. मेहनत भी कर रहे हैं और कंफर्ट भी लाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. नाउ व्हेन यू आर एक्चुअली facing a loss in your life, it becomes very difficult to overcome the loss. And that's why we feel wry, we feel disappointed. And the poet says that they both were compelled to bear the loss with comfort. हमें मुस्कुराना पड़ता है, चाहे कितना भी तकलीफ हो, कितनी भी दुख हो हमारे जीवन में, हम उसे अपनाते हैं, एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, एंड देन वी ट्राई टू मूव ऑन इन आवर लाइफ, बिकॉज वी जस्ट कैन नॉट क्राई ओवर one thing again and again. And thus, we try to move on with a smile on our face. But still, the loss jo hai, it is in our hearts and we have to bear it. We are compelled to face it with a smile on our faces. And that's why the poet says that with labored ease of loss. हमें बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ रही है कंफर्ट लाने के लिए, ताकि हम इस लॉस को bear kar sake, and we are forced to do this, to bring this labored ease of loss in our life. Then in the concluding stanzas, the poet says, now she has been dead nearly as many as years as that girl lived. And of this circumstance, there's nothing to say at all. It's silence, silences. So here she clearly mentions about the death of a mother. उनको मरे हुए काफी साल हो चुके हैं, nearly the time as many as years that the girl might have lived. So अगर उन्होंने उस फोटोग्राफ के बाद 40 साल और जिया होगा तो 40 साल ही उनको मरे को हो चुके हैं. So that way, so please, if you're referring to any other book or if you're looking for any internet explanation, their age has been mentioned, but the poet has not mentioned clearly what her age was when she died. So do not mention the age. Just refer to this explanation which she has given, that nearly as many as years that girl lived. So who's that girl here? The poet's mother. So she's saying that she has been dead. उनकी मौत हो चुकी है and काफी साल गुजर चुके हैं. And of this circumstance, she says this circumstance here refers to the death of a mother. There is nothing to say at all. The loss that she is bearing, the loss, the pain that she has to bear with ease, she says that there is nothing to say at all about this. It's silence, silences. So वो कहते हैं कि जो impact है इस silence का, it is very overwhelming. Death has left behind a silence in her life, and she is now speechless. She has resigned to her fate silently. So she says that the silence which has created, which is created in her life here, it has created a vacuum in her life. It has silenced further everything in her life. And thus, it reveals the poet's helplessness against the harshness of death. And it reveals in common in general also that how we people become helpless against the harshness of death. We could do nothing. We have to accept the losses that we face in our life. We have to bear it with ease in our life and move on in our life. But still, an empty space is created in our life when we have a loss, when we face the loss of death in our life. So वो जो एक खालीपन रह जाता है, पोएट कहती है उस खालीपन ने मेरे लाइफ में आगे सब कुछ साइलेंस कर दिया है. And she says कि now she has nothing to talk more about her mother. My mother's death has silenced everything in my life. It's silence, silences. It has silenced further everything in her life, and she is now speechless. She has nothing to add more about her mother here. And thus, the poet completes the poem here, talking about the death of a mother. She is remembering her mother. She has become nostalgic. वो हंस भी रही हैं, रो भी रही हैं. She is now sad. In the ending lines, we find her that she is in a very sad mood. She could do nothing. She has surrendered herself to the circumstances in her life because the mother, she cannot come back again. And that's why she says there's nothing to say at all. It's silence, silences. I hope the poem is clear to you all. So let me have queries from you if you have any other doubt. We will discuss about the literary devices tomorrow in the class, okay?